When making websites, we'll be relying on two major tools. They are the Chrome browser and the text editor. Well, what is a text editor? A text editor is where you can edit documents, for example, a .txt document, a .html document, and so much more. So it does not matter on which text editor you use. But then why are there text editors like VS Code, Atom, and Sublime? Well, these text editors make our life as developers much easier. You can even use a notepad that comes default with all Windows 10 devices, but it will not be easy to program. So we'll be using Atom as our text editor. So let's go ahead and start installing Chrome. So let's open up a new tab and let's search up chrome.google.com. From here, let's click on the big blue download button, and you'll realize that it's downloaded once this icon flashes. And at the bottom, what we're going to do is click on this file icon, and you'll be brought to this page. From here, go to the downloads folder. In the downloads folder, you'll see a Chrome setup. In this Chrome setup, you just double click on it, and Chrome will install itself. But I've already installed Chrome, so I'm just going to cancel this download. It's a fairly easy process, so I won't teach you step by step. So I'm just going to delete that, and now let's go back, and let's go ahead and install Atom. So to install Atom, what we got to do is go ahead and open up the new page again. So I'm just going to bring it up, and we're going to search at gunview.ca, and from here, we're going to click on Start Learning, Chapter 1, and we're going to go ahead and go down to Lesson 4. From Lesson 4, what we're going to do is go all the way to the bottom where it says Summary and Download Links, and we're going to click on Atom Download. I'm going to go ahead and press Control, and then I'm going to click on this. That way it opens up in a new tab. And now I'm going to click on this download button. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this while it downloads, and I'm going to bring up the downloads page. And on this downloads page, what we're going to do is just wait until this is finished installing. And we'll know it is finished installing once this icon pops up. Now that it's finished installing, we're just going to double click on this, and we're just going to wait. And now a new window should appear, and this is Atom's window. So while this is happening, we're just going to let it happen as Atom is installing all the things it needs to make itself run. So this may take some time, so I'm just going to leave the computer for a few minutes. Now that Atom has installed, what we could do is go to the top right, and we're just going to minimize this, as we'll come back to this in a few minutes. I'm also going to minimize the downloads page, and I'm just going to close this tab, not fully, just minimize it again for some time. The power of Atom comes from its packages that other geniuses around the world made. So let's go ahead and utilize the true power of Atom. So we got to install the packages. Now that if you haven't closed the gunview.ca tab, what we could do is just bring that back over, and we're going to go ahead and click on packages, Atom packages over here. Now that we clicked on it, we'll be brought to this page. And on this page, we'll see that there's lots of steps, but we're going to keep this simple. So what we got to do is just open up Atom again, which is here. And I'm just going to click on X on this blue pop-up, and if the top bar hasn't appeared, for example mine, it hasn't appeared with file, edit, and etc., what we got to do is press the Alt button on our keyboard. Once we click on the Alt button, you'll see all these options pop up. So now we're going to go ahead and click on File, and then from File, what we're going to do is go ahead and click on Setting. And we're going to go ahead and now close these other tabs. So I'm just going to hover over them and press X, X, and X. And I only have my settings tab open. From here, I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go to packages. So where is that? Packages. And what we could do is just look at the packages that I've already installed. But for now, we're going to go ahead and install the packages all over again. So we're going to go to the Installs tab, and we're going to go ahead and type in all the packages that I've listed in the Google Doc. So we're going to first install Atom Beautify, Then we're going to install this, then this, and etc. So this is quite an easy process. First, we got to install Atom/Beautify. And as you may see, I've already installed it. So what you got to do is just click on the blue button. And once you click on the blue button, you'll see something similar to this once it's completely installed. And the same will apply for the rest of the packages. But because I've already installed all these packages for my Windows machine, I'm not going to install these again. And just to check that you've installed all the packages, what you could do is go hover over the packages tab on this side. And over here, you'll see all the packages that you have installed. Now I'm going to close out of Atom. And now we're going to move on to the next step. So the next step is that if you're using Sublime, what you could do is follow these steps on Gunvir.ca. And these steps will help you install all the packages that you need for Sublime. So if I go open up a new tab like this, I'm going to open up Gunvir.ca one more time. And I go back to the lesson that we were just on. And I scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see that we have Sublime packages, Sublime download, Visual Studio Code download, Visual Studio packages, and then again Atom. And if you need these slides that I've been using, what you could do is just go over here on Gunvir.ca and just click through these slides. And it's very helpful. So if you're using Sublime or Visual Studio Code, just follow these links down here. And again, the same applies for VS Code. Let's go ahead and install Chrome OS on our Mac OS machine. First, let's open up a new tab, so we can search up chrome.google.com, and we'll be brought to the Chrome page where we can go ahead and install Chrome. Let's click on the Download Chrome button. From here, let's click on Mac with Intel chip. But if you have the newer Mac, you would go ahead and select the other option. So if I go ahead and click on this button again, if you have the Mac with the M1 chip or the Apple produced chip, you would select this. And if you don't know if your Mac has it, go ahead and do some research. So now that Chrome has installed, what we could do is go into the Downloads folder, and we could double click on it. And this window will pop up. And from here, all we gotta do is drag Chrome into the Applications folder. Because I've already installed Chrome, I am not gonna do this, so I could just close out of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at how to install Atom. So we're gonna go into the Gunvir.ca site again. From here, we're gonna click on Start Learning. We're gonna scroll down onto Introduction. And from here, we're gonna go to Lesson 4, Getting Set Up. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom where we will see Atom Download. And what we're going to do is go ahead and click on the Atom Download button. And from here, we're going to click on this button right here. So now that we've installed it, it will show up at the bottom left once it's finished. So I'm going to go back over into my Downloads folder. I'm just going to wait until Atom installs. Now that Atom has finished installing, I'm going to double click on it. It's going to go ahead and expand the file. And if this does not work for you, you could go ahead and install any zip extracting software. For example, Archive Utility. And now you have Atom installed. And all you got to do is just double click on Atom to go ahead and open it up. And then follow the same process as we did for the Windows to install all the extensions. And instead of going ahead and pressing Alt, because we don't have an Alt button on the Mac keyboard, what you gotta do is go to the top and you'll see these options. And that's how we basically install all the packages for Atom. And congratulations on finishing this lesson.